We are staying at Zion Canyon Campground and RV Park in Springdale, Utah. This is the check-in, general store, and laundry. They have a nice mailbox for mailing postcards. They have a small pool and cabins, and this is the view in the background of the campground. And this is the view across the street from the campground. These are the bathrooms and showers. They give you a token each day for a 6-minute shower. This is our space. We're packed in pretty tightly, and there's no place to walk Ivy. If she needs to do her business, it needs to be in front of somebody else's camper. The park is neat and clean, but again, very tightly packed. There were a couple of deer in the park. The Virgin River runs around the back of the campground, but this is the only access point with a steep bank. On the other side of the river is the National Park campground. And I took Ivy across one day, right in front of where that blue herring is. National Park campground was a nice place to walk Ivy. If you were going to drive there, you had to get there before 8 or the parking lot would be full. Dogs were allowed on the bike trail in the national park, and I tried to take Ivy there, but there were so many bikes it was very hard to walk and no fun. To the left is the National Park Watchman Campground, and to the right is the parking lot for the visitor center and the shuttle service, and also where I parked to go into the campground. It's 7:30 and the parking lot is almost full. Around 10 o'clock, we headed into the park to hike the 2-mile Riverwalk Trail. There was standing room only on the shuttle. The trail was a nice walk along the Virgin River. We soon discovered that the thing to do was to hike the Narrows. That means walking the Virgin River through the gorge. Most people were prepared with rented shoes and walking sticks, and some even had waders. But being adventurous, we decided to go as we were. Looks like I could have used one of those walking sticks. The bottom wasn't slippery, but there were lots of uneven rocks. And the water was pretty cold. We walked for about a quarter of a mile, maybe even a third, till the water got to be over our shorts, and then we decided we should stop and turn around. It seemed kind of a crazy thing to do, but we had fun doing it. This is a nice view of the high canyon walls. We got in the shuttle back. Again, Al had to stand and went home and put our shoes out to dry. The next day, we left at 8 to bike into the park. It was 5 miles to the lodge. The first half was on the bike path, which turned out to be pretty quiet and was a nice ride. And the second half is on the main road. You have to pull over whenever a shuttle bus comes. But at that time, there weren't too many that passed us. We only had to pull over a couple of times. The lodge has a nice lawn area, and some turkeys put on a nice show for us. From the lodge, we hiked the 3-mile out and back Emerald Pools trails. It starts at the lower, goes to the middle, and then to the upper. This bridge was out, and to avoid the detour, we did what many Zion visitors do. We took our shoes off and traveled across the river. These rocks were a little slippery and hard on bare feet, but we made it. Once across, it was a paved trail to the lower pool. This is the area around the lower pool. These stairs lead to the middle pool. There was a rock slide in 2010 that closed the trail for 10 years. It reopened in 2020. This is the upper pool. Along the beginning and end of the trail, we passed lots of these prickly pear cactus. The area is known for using the flavorful purple fruit. After traipsing back across the river, we headed to the lodge for some lunch. The weather was beautiful, not too hot, not too cold, and we really enjoyed our day. I ordered a prickly pear lemonade. Well, that's it for this post. See you next time.